Hey everyone, today I would like to talk about a big topic, and that is forgiveness. Most of us don't really want to delve into this subject. We'd rather keep our anger. It feels good. And I'm talking about myself here. But did you know that forgiveness is a gift you give yourself? It has more to do with you than the person you're forgiving. And today I want to talk about 20 reasons why you should forgive others. Hi, my name is Holly Knutson, and I'm a functional health practitioner from Utah. And let's start with number 1. Forgiveness is enlightened self-interest. Forgiveness frees up vital, physical, mental, and emotional energy that you could put to better use elsewhere. When you're angry, the person you're mad at controls your physiology. Have you ever looked at it that way? Forgiving that person, though, frees you from that invisible control. And it is invisible. Anger from unforgiveness puts your body in a stress response. And this wreaks havoc with your endocrine system and your neurotransmitters. It's not a pretty picture. From a health perspective, forgiveness is absolutely essential. It's impossible to recover from a deep hurt or injury until you forgive. It's like a poison in your body. Number 2, to continually hold on to hurts, grudges, and offenses robs you of the best possible version of you. Unforgiveness is an unflattering way to live. It diminishes your potential and your ability to truly shine. Number 3, forgiveness frees your heart from negative emotions. Who wants a heart filled with negativity? I'm confident none of us would willingly choose this. Open your heart to new ventures and horizons, releasing the past and embracing your future. Number 4, forgiveness is not an emotion, but it's a decision. I want to repeat that. Forgiveness is not an emotion, but rather a decision. This is actually really great news because you don't have to feel forgiveness in your heart in order to forgive. Just decide to forgive and then do it. Number 5, the act of forgiveness leads to self-healing, self-liberation, and the empowerment that follows. Anger, pity, disgust, and contempt are horrible emotions, and they deprive you of the emotional, mental, and physical resources you so desperately need for healing, freedom, and liberation. Number 6, forgiveness is the martial arts of consciousness. It's virtually impossible to raise your consciousness if your mind and heart are resonating with unforgiveness. It can't be done. Number 7, forgiveness informs the way you view the world. Do you want your perspective clouded from bitterness, or a heart radiating with the joy forgiveness brings? I think we all know the answer to that. Number 8, as Gandhi said, the weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. A strong character is infused with humility and the willingness to forgive. Number 9, forgiveness has a curative power greater than any medicine. With forgiveness, the ache of remorse and regret is eased, and the wounds of bitterness are soothed. The words, "I forgive you," they heal and they set free. Number 10, unforgiveness warps your thinking and inhibits your mental stamina. I think it's absolutely torturous to be ridden with hateful and unkind thoughts towards another human being. It zaps your precious mental reserves that you could be putting to much better use. Number 11, forgiveness drives away fear. If your mind is riddled with anger and stubbornness, you're not at peace. And I think we just all want peace. Number 12, forgiveness eases the pain of being unloved because it expands not only the capacity to love, but also to receive love. Number 13, forgiving another person doesn't make them right, but it frees you. Forgiveness is the road to freedom. Lovingly releasing the past with all its wounds and hurts enables a future that is filled with hope, healing, and understanding. Number 14, forgiveness fosters gratitude and mindfulness. It's hard to feel truly grateful when your mind is preoccupied with feelings of hate or even revenge. Fear and love can't exist together. Number 15, forgiveness leads to humility and teachability. Unforgiveness stems from a prideful and a willful heart. Surrender leads to humility and a willingness to learn. The undercurrents of unforgiveness, are cynicism and suspicion. Forgiveness has the ability to break the bonds of these negative thinking patterns. Number 16, forgiveness acknowledges vulnerability. We forgive because we want to be forgiven, not only from past mistakes, but from future ones as well. We're all human. We make intentional and unintentional mistakes throughout our lifetimes. It's just part of the human condition. But what a shame it is to be held hostage forever for our misdeeds. Extend and receive grace so you can receive grace. Number 17, conflict is a prison that becomes more dangerous the longer you're in it. Poison can fester. Unforgiveness keeps you tangled in past conflicts. It's confining and limiting, and it holds you back from a life more in tune with your authentic nature. Number 18, forgiveness infuses the future with hope, while unforgiveness holds it captive by unrelenting feelings of malice and mistrust. Release the past so you can live in the future with peace and contentment. Number 19, forgiveness reframes past events. Forgiving brings you to the realization that what you remembered happening may have a different meaning altogether. It may better reflect reality. This gets into the issue of intent. Many past hurts that we experience and have endured may not have even been intentional, but more a function of your own emotional state or immaturity at the time. Forgiveness corrects long-held distorted perceptions. Number 20, forgiveness releases you from making every petty situation a matter of life and death. Make an overarching decision that you won't make everything a federal case, replacing resentment and arrogance with patience and empathy and understanding. Extend the understanding to others that you'd like to receive. And I love this quote. Unforgiveness is the invisible umbilical cord connecting you to the past. It negatively affects your spirit and your disposition. Forgiveness clips this cord. Forgive and bless the person you've refused to forgive, freeing both them and yourself. The first step is always the hardest. Realize that the hardest step on the path to forgiveness is the first one. Make the initial decision to forgive, and then the journey becomes easier. Remember, forgiveness is not a feeling from the heart, but a decision of the will. Practice reframing forgiveness as a gift you give yourself, rather than an act of letting someone else off the hook. It's not about that. Forgiveness is not about forgetting, nor is it about reconciliation. It's granting yourself permission to move on from resentment and pain. Essentially, forgiveness is your ticket out. Create a brighter future by focusing on the positives in your life and all the good things that are coming. Good things are coming. Don't let past setbacks and failures rob tomorrow of its hope and its joy. Don't you think the world would be a far better place if love was our top priority? And at its heart, forgiveness is love. The person you're holding a grudge against most likely has no clue you're even mad at them. Their energy isn't being zapped from your unforgiveness, but yours most certainly is. Forgive because you value your help on every level. It's the ultimate gift you give yourself. Forgiveness is an act of faith, while unforgiveness is failing to trust in a higher power. God has already forgiven all of us. When we forgive, we are merely extending what has already been offered. Forgiveness breaks the bonds of our self-made shackles. Do you have someone in your life you're having a hard time forgiving? I want you to think about that today. How would your life be different if you chose to forgive? And please leave your comments and questions below. And I hope that one thing that I've said today will help you live life better. And thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.